If you're a senior in high school applying to Southern, you should know about CREATE, our annual scholarship competition that awards up to $8,000 or $2,000 a year for up to 4 years to incoming students with strong creative portfolios. To apply, you need senior standing, acceptance to Southern, and a 2.5 GPA, plus a planned bachelor's degree in the School of Visual Art and Design. Submission categories cover animation, film, fine art, graphic design, and the deadline is usually in April. The easy part is clicking submit. The rest of the application is where most people leave money on the table. Let me walk you through how to do this well. Make your work easy to view. Every year, we get submissions we genuinely can't open, can't watch, or can't share with the other judges. People send us weird file formats. They share Google Drive links without granting access. They password protect portfolios and forget to tell us the password. They link to a single work and leave us wondering if there's more. These submissions hurt themselves before a judge has even assessed the work. Some easy fixes: put your work on the open internet. A free portfolio site, whether that's Squarespace, Wix, Cargo, or even just a clean Google site, is plenty. Just don't make so many categories for your work that it takes 100 clicks to see it all. For video, upload unlisted to YouTube or Vimeo. Those play smoothly for any judge anywhere. For files, Google Drive or Dropbox is fine, but test your sharing settings in an incognito browser window before submitting. If you can't open it in an incognito window, neither can we. Use some standard formats: JPEG or PNG for images, MP4 for video, PDF for design layouts. Avoid raw files, big files that are like more than 100 megabytes, and anything that requires special software to open. Organize your work clearly. Label each piece with relevant information in the file name. Judges look at dozens of submissions. They shouldn't have to really detective their way through those basics. If your page has a password, put the password on the application. This is the single most common preventable mistake we see. Write an artist statement that actually says something. The application asks, tell us why you do the work you do. What makes it special and important to you? We get a lot of versions of the same answer. I've always loved being creative. Art is how I express myself. Making art makes me happy. It's my therapy. I want my work to make people feel something. And I'm sure that all of that is true. The problem is that it could be true of every other applicant. Nothing in those sentences tells us anything about your work, your subjects, your choices, or your taste. It's like introducing yourself at a job interview by saying, I have a brain and a torso. Yeah, sure, so does everybody else. A good artist statement is specific. It tells us what you make, why those particular subjects, and what you're after. Here's a stronger version. Let's say a high school painter. I paint empty rooms, specifically the rooms in my grandmother's house after she died, while we were clearing it out. I'm interested in what objects mean once nobody's there to use them. The wear pattern on the kitchen floor, the dent in the mattress, the shape of a chair where someone used to sit. I work in oil on canvas, usually larger than I am, based on photographs I took during 3 weeks in 2024. I want the rooms to feel less abandoned than haunted, like the space is still expecting someone. Do you notice what that does? It tells us what the work is, paintings of empty rooms, the medium, oil on canvas, the source, photographs from a specific time. Why these subjects? Grief, the meaning of the objects after their owner is gone, and what the work is reaching for. It wants to be kind of haunted, not just abandoned. It uses specific, like a kitchen floor or a mattress, 3 weeks in 2024. Those specifics anchor the work in this artist's life and choices. Nobody else could have written that statement. That's the bar. You don't need fancy art school vocabulary, just answer plainly. What do you make? Why these subjects? And what are you hoping the viewer notices? Critique your own work. Actually critique it. The application also asks, which is your strongest piece? And which is your weakest? Explain why. Most applicants answer this by talking about effort and time. My strongest piece is my self-portrait because I worked on it for 40 hours. My weakest piece is the landscape because I ran out of time and the vibes are weird. That is not an answer, actually. That's just sort of a weird confession, okay? What we're actually looking for is whether you can see your own work. Can you stand in front of a piece and tell us what's working and what isn't about the piece, not about the process that led to it? A stronger version, though still maybe not perfect, but like workable here, is something like, my strongest piece is the self-portrait because of one specific choice. I lit it from below instead of from above. Those shadows around my eyes look exaggerated. Not exactly flattering, but almost like a campfire too. Something about that irony keeps me looking at it longer. My weakest piece is the landscape. The composition holds together, but I never figured out what the color scheme should be, and everything is super saturated, and it sort of feels like all those colors are fighting for attention. That answer doesn't apologize, okay? It doesn't talk about effort. It engages with what's actually in the frame, and it demonstrates that the artist can think critically about their own choices. That's a skill we want to see because it's the skill that makes you trainable as an artist. Show us you can already do it a little, and we'll teach you to do it a lot more. A few last things. If you used AI or stock images anywhere in the work, just disclose that thing. The form has a place for this, and we're not categorically against AI in your portfolio, but undisclosed use is disqualifying. Okay? Be honest about where it appears and why. If something is a group project, name your specific role. Say, I directed and edited, my collaborator wrote and produced. And please, submit early, not midnight on the due date. Things break at midnight on deadlines. Give yourself a buffer. We are totally rooting for you. Make us a strong submission, and we'll see you on the other side. Thanks.